Hi guys, hi my fellow Nigerians. Today I want to talk about the need for a national reorientation. Yes, as a result of the election that just played out, a lot of us are complaining that INEC did something. I didn't call anybody's name. So, on no soldier, no come my house. Now, a lot of us are complaining that INEC did one thing or one thing, we saw one thing one place and government magic, or as Fela put it, magic. Now, but the question I want to ask a lot of us is this: how many of your associates, how many of your friends will be offered money to do what is not right, and they say, I don't want that money, I'll do what is right? How many? Then you yourself watching this, if you're in Nigeria, if you're in an office where some money passes through, the stream passes in front of your table, can you be offered money to say, add these figures to this or adjust this thing like this, and you say, no, I cannot do it, it's below my standard? Can you? Do you think you can do that? Can you beat your chest and say, yes, I am a man of integrity, I'm a person of integrity. If I am offered money, I won't do what they ask me to do. Now, I always emphasize something, that a nation, what plays out in every nation is a reflection of the cherished ideals within that nation. If you think that INEC did what is wrong, have you done what is right in your life? We will continue to see this kind of things until we refine ourselves, reorientate ourselves, and become meaningful members of the society. Because we don't have orientation. In fact, as a matter of fact, a lot of us have not heard the word National Orientation Agency before. I myself, I only heard of it when I went to university, because I was living close to them. So that was when National Orientation Agency, those people are there for news, I see them for news. I didn't know what they were doing, but I know that people come there every day and go back home. So when you talk about orientation, some of us, like the men, what we know about orientation is when you want to join a fraternity, somebody call you, beat you, flog you with koboko or machete, and he tells you, go out there and be tough. And that's the orientation, We lack the orientation that is needed to build our nation. And a nation without orientation is not going anywhere. Some of us have the orientation that Nigeria is gone, that there's nothing good that can come out of Nigeria. So before you want to hold a conversation with them, they'll be like, I don't talk about Nigeria, I beg, leave me, Nigeria is gone. Some people say, Nigeria is a failed state. We believe our state is failed simply because evil America told us that Nigeria is a failed state, or Nigeria will no longer exist by 2015. We're in 2023. And the ugliest thing is that just like you have prophecies in religions or in systems or in cultures, when there's a prophecy, there are people who come and do everything to make sure that that prophecy comes to play. A lot of Nigerians were working hard in thought and in speech and in action to see that Nigeria came to an end in 2015. But thank God, their negativity and pessimism did not slaughter us. If we must grow as a nation, then we have to reorientate ourselves. We have to build a positive orientation. It's so crazy that in this 21st century, is it 21st or 22nd that we are? I don't know. That in these modern times, you hear we're arguing over the news. Lagos is for nobody. Here is for this one. Here is for nobody. Here is for somebody. The British Prime Minister is a nation. So When are we going to stand up? When are we going to wake up from our slumber? When are we going to wake up from this tribalism that takes us so backward and we behave like primitive people in modern times? And we're calling INEC. INEC for me, look, before election, I told everybody I had the opportunity to discuss with. I'm not voting. What am I voting for? Because I know the system. Elections are not won. It's not about Nigeria all over the world. Elections are not won. If you belong to the strong cabal, when the right men back you up, they put you in office. Most even leaders you see are prisoners of a system. So I don't vote, and I will never vote. Nigeria has not come to that level where I can vote. So if we must grow, we must change our orientation, because the orientation we have is absolute bullshit. Some of us, all we know, all we think about is work chop. Yeah, why they now go chop. And you want the economy to grow. You want the nation to grow. But you want to chop. Look, the truth is this, we need a mental reset. Sometimes when you're using your phone, your Android phone, or any of your phone, you use this phone 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it accumulates a lot of rubbish. At a point, so this phone they misbehave. You format the phone. And sometimes you reinstall. Sometimes, like if you're using the iPhone and some of those other kind of some kind of phone, you upgrade. Even Android, yes, Android upgrades. You can upgrade your operating system. Some of us are using operating system of 1920. What is 1920? We're using operating system of 15th century. And we want it to work in this time. How? It can never work. If Nigeria must work, we must change. We must change our orientation. Because the way we're going, we're not going it. It can't lead us anywhere. In fact, and something happened a few years back when Microsoft brought out Windows 8. I saw some people that will uninstall their Windows 8 and put Windows 7. Some people even went back to put Vista. Vista, that is one of the most troublesome operating system. Or is it Vista or Windows 7? I can't really recall. One of them was very troublesome. There was a day I went to somewhere. It's actually a village. Someone sent me on errand to go and photocopy something. I went to a business center, and lo and behold, when they put on their computer, it took about 5 minutes to load. And when that computer loaded, what I saw there was Windows 95. This happened in 2021. That's how some of us are operating. Because I can't see any reason why we should be talking about tribal issues in a modern world. No. Why? Look, if you want to grow Nigeria, if you think that Nigeria should grow, if you want to contribute to that growth, first we have to think strategically. We have to think about Nigeria. We have to see the good in Nigeria. We have to believe that Nigeria can grow. Because the truth is, whenever you say that Nigeria cannot grow, you have just declared yourself as a failure. Because it's a confession of who you are. Because Nigeria is built by the individuals in the society. And if the individuals fail, the nation cannot grow. So when you tell me that Nigeria cannot grow, or when you think that Nigeria cannot grow, or when in your conversations you express pessimism, how then do you think the nation will produce positive leaders or even reasonable people? How? We have to think strategically. We have to move away from this perspective of tribalism and some of those limiting behaviors found among savages. We have to limit them. We have to take them out of our lives, and we have to start thinking of Nigeria. We have to start thinking of how to move to the next level, how to grow our economy from a personal perspective. Because you are the economy. If we become successful, we'll grow the economy. So my point is this: if you're a Nigerian and you think Nigeria can be better, start with yourself. Change your orientation. Regrow some new positive mental attitude, and will make the nation great. Thank you.